Man, I kid you not. I kid you not. Many of us really need to get on track with our lives. We need to get on track with our families. We need to get on track with our communities. But also, we need to get on track with ourselves. Have more respect for yourself. Have more value for yourselves. I remember there was an old man that lived on the corner street of a neighborhood. And this old man, he witnessed a number of children fighting week after week after week after week after week after week. And he lived right there by the train track. And every week he would see these 7th and 8th graders fighting, cussing and fussing, calling each other out their names. But the fights never really got violent and out of hand unless somebody from the other side said the N-word. No, I'm not talking about naughty. I'm not talking about nappy. I'm not talking about nasty. I'm talking about that N-word. The N-word. And that old man would just sit there from time to time and he would just watch them fight and scurry and they would start off as friends and end as foes. It was quite confusing to the community, but the old man recognized that this was a pattern of ignorance that this generation has adopted. That all is well and you can say whatever you want to say and call people all out their name as long as you don't say the N-word. Well, it come a quite interesting time. Around the time the train was coming one day. School had just let out. The man was standing there leaning on his fence, looking, seeing the kids come out. This time, when the other child from the other side of the racial track said the N-word, he wasn't referring to the neighborhood kids. He was referring to himself. The old man seen something that he never thought he would witness. Boy from the other side of the racial track was putting the lights out of the boy from the side of his track. And they were going back and forth, fighting for the right to use the N-word or to be called the N-word. But they told him, you don't have a right to say that word. That drove the old man to finally open up his front gate and shuffle his way across the street. And these kids were just fighting and dust was flying and the train was blowing. And the old man was coming that way and somebody said, here comes that old man from across the street. They kept hitting the young man for a moment. They said that old man's about to break up the fight, but to their surprise, the old man just stood there and watched. All of a sudden, you could see off in the distance that the kids' parents came running and screaming from both sides of the track. And as they made it their way to the fight, they looked at the old man and said, why didn't you break up this fight? He said, I've been watching these children week after week play together and fight together. As a matter of fact, I see them causing more ruckus than anything else. But this time, I seen something that I never thought I'd see before. I seen this young man from the other side of the racial track call himself the N-word. But these young men got upset because the young man said the N-word, even if it's in reference to himself. He has no business saying it from their perspective. To this generation right here, it breaks my heart to know that you want the exclusive rights to the N-word. Is that what you want? Well, you can have it. But do understand this, from this day forward, it doesn't matter what you do in life, you will always be an N-word. The old man began to look around and he tipped his hat at the children's parents and said, hello there, N-word, regardless of their color. Nice to meet you, N-word. Oh, is this Grandma N-word? Oh, you gotta be little baby N-word. The old man looked back at the boys and said, don't get mad now. This is exactly what you wanted. So it's not just for you, but it's for your entire family and the next generations. So regardless of what you do in life, if it's one thing you will be known for, that you're an N-word, and that's what you wanted. Get back on track, generation. Get back on track.